I've actually, as you know, done over 500,000 sales calls, door knocked on over 10,000 different doors. I've been chased off of more porches than you can imagine, and sat with easily over 10,000 people. So the no's you forget about. So I had spent weeks and months prepping to get good at this. And then I finally did, and I didn't get to use any of it because I still didn't know how to control the environment. I didn't understand how to talk about the important issues. And I remember going back to my mentor, Rose Lane, who was amazing. And she, when I asked her, I said, this stuff didn't work. And she goes, I know, but you needed something to believe in because you weren't doing anything. And I realized in that moment that anybody can do it, but without a great strategy, without grit, without knowing what you're doing, it can be a very brutal path. I was $38,000 in debt, waiting tables, doing $1,200 a month as a waiter, working in the real estate all day long, 7 days a week, and getting my butt, handed to me. And I was $38,000 in debt. Every seminar that I could go to that cost money, $3,000 here, $2,000 here, $5,000 there, $1,000 there, I would put them on flashcards, memorize them, but none of it was still working. And then somebody else told me, hey, there's this one. I said, I'm broke. I'm $38,000 in debt. My cards are maxed. I can't do it. But he said, I'll call you and tell you if it's any good. And I did. And I found a way, used my sales skills to talk my way into a $10,000 seminar. And from that moment on, it's been game on. And I ended up, from that moment, I made close to $100,000 back in the 80s within 90 days or so. I kid you not. I was buying pirated copies of seminars back then on Recycler, where there was some guy, every single no money down seminar, I owned it. Every single real estate sales seminar, I owned it. I literally had shelves full of this, and I didn't just listen. I would memorize it. I would sleep to it and then go test it. And it still wasn't working. An entrepreneur is the only person who will work 18 hours a day just so they don't have to go work 6 hours for somebody else. And the entrepreneur, they know what's possible, and they will work harder for the freedom that's on the other side. Buyers have evolved. They don't want to be sold. They want to buy, and that is a distinct difference. She's cussing at him. He's cussing and yelling at me, and the kids are screaming and crying. And I said, Harold, give me the contract back. We'll part friends right now. I'm out. He goes, I can't do that. I have to do it. Well, he stole my joy for what I did. And that's where faith comes in. And that's where really knowing your value. And you always, as an entrepreneur, want to start with, who do you want to work with? Trust me when I tell you, if you're an entrepreneur, all it takes is for one raging you-know-what to become in your business, and they will suck you dry. They not only will suck you dry of time, they're going to want a refund anyway. They're going to go ahead and badmouth you on Facebook. They're going to badmouth you on Yelp. They're going to go ahead and file a complaint with the credit card company. They're going to call the Better Business Bureau. I mean, victims will always be a victim. They are just looking for somebody else to bring their crap and dump it on them. So entrepreneurs, be selective about who you can share your gift with. Now, you don't discriminate. You can't discriminate against different people, but for some of you, a lot of you people, you have the right to decide who you're going to work with. You only have 40 hours or 60 hours or 80 hours a week, depending on your schedule. Who are you going to share that with? Ask yourself, are you really the best fit for this person? You might be able to solve their problem, but if you don't jive with them energetically, help them find somebody else. Refer them to somebody else, a competitor who would be a better fit. They will honor you for that. If they don't feel like they inspire you to bring your best, then you probably shouldn't work with them. But it's faith, because if I think, God, I got to pay my bills, I just need the sale, I'll put up with it. You're inviting that energy into your business, your family, and your energy field. And you just got to trust your gut and have faith that if you serve them all, I have a saying, serve them all, love them all, and let God sort them out. And not everybody, it's okay that not everybody has to work with Michelle or Mark. That's cool.
Right.
I want to work with the ones that are truly committed. If I don't step up onto the plate, my clients are not going to get served. And only thing they'll have to choose from are those high pressure, self-serving narcissists who currently dominate, which are called your competition. Then you have to go out and be willing to take the hits, willing to go door knock. And I mean, that's part of why I got it, because I was so curious all the time. Even when I got a yes, I was just as curious. I wonder why they said yes.
Yes.
What did I say that got the yes versus what did I say that got the no? What could I have done better? I don't care who you are. If you do that 500,000 times, you're going to get really good as long as you stay in curiosity. The no's are somewhat irrelevant. The no's really don't matter. What matters is whether or not you're committed. And people would ask me, how many no's are you going to put up with before you go get a real job? And entrepreneurs get that too. And they do. It's the same question. And
I know.
the reality is as many as it takes.